Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for our very first Wi-Fi Freedom Call. My name's Michelle Ball and I'm here with my significant other Kelly. And I'm excited to share with you our vision and our vehicle into Wi-Fi freedom. And so I think that out there's many different ways to make a living. And people are just now wising up to the idea that working 40 years, 40 hours a week, and retiring with a watch and a pension is no longer the most ideal way to go. And people are starting to seek out other opportunities and other industries. And it's really starting to become more and more accepted to have a side business, what we would like to call your lifestyle business. So tonight we're going to share with you a little bit about our passion and about what we've used to maintain or to obtain, that Wi-Fi freedom life. And I just want to thank everybody for coming on the call. Entrepreneurs are changing. I remember a time where entrepreneurs wore a three-piece suit and carried a briefcase. And now you see entrepreneurs working from their home in plaid shirts and hanging out with their kids and skateboarding to school with them and all kinds of cool stuff. You know, there really is no limit and there's no box for us to fit into it anymore. And so if you've been invited to this call tonight, somebody really went out of their comfort zone to get you on, and we very much appreciate you taking the time to be here with us, and we will love your feedback. And if something here speaks to you tonight, maybe take a listen, because I think that the way that the world is changing, it's time to start listening to those signs and maybe try something new. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about my journey. I'm a retired high school science teacher. I'm a total science geek. And when I first heard about this product, which is a wellness product, I honestly didn't know if I was going to be interested or not. And I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about what this product is. It's called Juice Plus. It's very, very simple. We've got a short and narrow product line, and we are in the wellness industry, one of the fastest growing industries around. Anytime you're looking into any sort of business, an area to kind of grow into, a side lifestyle business, if you will, the best one to get into right now is the wellness industry. People are really focused on getting fit and healthy and strong right now. And like I said, it is the fastest growing industry around. And I'm super happy to say that we meet a lot of the requirements of the wellness industry. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm going to go through a little bit on our product. So our product is very, very simple. It's called Juice Plus, and what it is it's 30 different raw fruits and vegetables that are grown until completely ripe. Then they go into a massive grinder in their whole form. So the skins, peels, pits, seeds, everything goes into the grinder. The grinder then mashes them up. They're dried at very low temperatures so that all of the fruits and vegetables stay live and raw. If you actually open up a capsule of the Juice Plus, you'll actually watch it digest food. If you open it up onto, say, oatmeal or yogurt or something like that, the live enzymes in the product will actually go about digesting the food. So it's really amazing. In this image here, you can see in the front, we've got our Juice Plus capsules, and in the back, an equivalent product, but different, is our Juice Plus chewables. So children love the chewables. If you're not able to take the capsules, you can take the chewables. But our capsules really are the premium product. They are the one that is most highly researched, as well as most effective. They're more concentrated and also include some digestive enzymes. And so along with our Juice Plus, so those are our 30 fruits and vegetables in a capsule or chewable, we have our complete products. These are a complete protein shake or a complete protein bar. And both of them are used you can use them for meal replacements, for snacks. They can be pre or post workout. They are high quality product, and they are different fruits and vegetables to what you will find in the Juice Plus. And then our last product is our Tower Garden. Our Tower Garden is a vertical aeroponic growing system. The roots grow into the middle of that tower, and in the bottom is water and earth mineral tonic mixture. And so it's actually very, very simple. You plug it into the wall. It takes the power of a nightlight. You can plant anything that's not a root growing vegetable, and it will grow at the side of the tower. They grow amazing in the summer out on the patio. And for us up in the north, it's good to know that you can actually put grow lights on these and grow them in your basement in the winter year round and have your fresh salad all year. And as you can see, those are our 3 product lines, and we have a very narrow product focus. And I'm really proud to say that all of our products are geared towards getting more fruits and vegetables into families. That's really our passion, to inspire healthy living and get those fruits and vegetables into people. So going back to the Juice Plus, the fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule or chewable, I wanted to talk about the high quality of this product very, very briefly. Juice Plus is NSF certified, and what that means is a third party comes into our warehouse unannounced, takes product away, and checks and tests to make sure that everything on the label is in the product and nothing else is ever found in the product. So what that means is there's no chemical residue, no foreign contaminants, molds, heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, nothing else other than raw whole food. Now, this is really important when considering giving it to young children. Also, this means that Olympic athletes can take Juice Plus because it has that NSF certification. And it really just gives you the peace of mind that this product is pure raw whole food. So when I first heard about Juice Plus, I honestly did not think I needed it. I was extremely skeptical. I thought, why do you need powdered fruits and vegetables? Why wouldn't you just eat them the real way? So if this is your first time hearing about Juice Plus, maybe you can relate to me. And I kept telling my friend who shared it with me for a whole year, I just kept saying, no, thank you. I'm super happy that you guys are having great results, but I'm not interested in the product. Thanks a lot, but no thanks. And she just kept going on about all these great changes that they were experiencing. And it really wasn't until I hit a wall with my son Lincoln's health. And then she brought me the research. She showed me that these capsules had been so thoroughly researched. We have almost 35 clinical studies now that are published, peer-reviewed, gold standard research. And what that means is the product is tested on one group taking the product, one group is not taking the product, and nobody knows who is, and they do the research on the blood work, and they see what's happening in the body. And just to summarize it very briefly, what we know is that the body is absorbing Juice Plus, recognizing Juice Plus, and using Juice Plus just like real raw fruits and vegetables. So we're seeing the same benefits or more. And so I really loved the research, and at that point I decided it was time for my family to give it a try. Here's a little overview of what the research has proven. There's many, many more things that have been proven, but just as a summary, it is absorbed by the body, like I said. It reduces oxidative stress. That's extremely important in everybody, but particularly athletes. Athletes have a very high level of oxidative stress, so showing that that is reduced is huge. It reduces systemic inflammation, which cannot be felt and only shows up when you're in crisis, in, for example, heart attack or things like that. Supports a healthy immune system. Obviously, I got my son Lincoln on it because I was so tired of his tonsil infections, and I really wasn't ready to put him under the knife yet, but I was so tired of all the antibiotics and fever reducers that I was having to pump into his body. So we decided to give it a try, and he loved the chewables right away. And sure enough, it supported his immune system beautifully, and almost immediately, within a couple weeks, he started to fight his own infections. He didn't get fevers anymore and didn't need antibiotics. We've been on the product for 4 years, and I'm happy to say that Lincoln's been fever-free and antibiotic-free the entire time. And not only that, we've seen huge improvements in his behavior and his attention span as a result of using the Juice Plus. So that's been huge and proven by research. It helps protect our DNA from damage during replication, which is hugely important in terms of aging and disease. It supports cardiovascular wellness, which is unbelievable. We've got really great biomarkers showing up for blood pressure, cholesterol markers, also the elasticity of the arteries. Awesome, awesome stuff there. And it supports healthy skin and gums. So every time you see somebody who's been on Juice Plus for quite a while, you'll notice that they have that Juice Plus glow. And that really is nutrition coming from the inside out. And then really this is the reason I decided to get started. Juice Plus has this beautiful study. This is my favorite one of all of them. It's called the Children's Health Study. And in this study, we give you Juice Plus for free for 4 years for your child if you order as an adult. And what we want is data back from you. And in exchange, we'll give you this free product. So every 4 months, you simply fill out the little survey that comes with it. Postage is paid, pop it in the mail. And here is what we've noticed in children taking Juice Plus. Isn't this amazing? 60% are missing fewer days of school. 61% are eating more fruits and vegetables. 66 are visiting the doctor less. Huge. That's amazing. And the last one's my favorite one. 96% of children eating Juice Plus have noticed a positive change of some kind. I mean, I always say this, but I would be so proud to sit here and tell you that there was a 60% group of people that had noticed an improvement, but 96%. So that's huge. I love showing this because this is how simple the ingredient list is. We've got our orchard blend, our garden blend, and our vineyard blend. So Juice Plus is very, very simple product. You don't have to be a product expert by any means. And so here are the reasons that Juice Plus is so powerful. When I started to see these huge changes in my body, my son's body, I started to ask around any doctors or nutritionists I could speak to. I said, why is these powdered fruits and vegetables doing so much more for me than what I was getting from the grocery store? Because we were good eaters. And here's what I found out. What we're getting in the grocery stores are not vine ripened. They have been shipped 2 to 3 weeks prior, or they were picked 2 to 3 weeks prior and shipped all that distance. They have to last in the grocery store and then last in your home for a while before they go rotten. So they aren't actually attached to the plant for that last 48 hours when they uptake almost all of their nutrition. And as a result, what we're eating from the grocery store is very nutritionally depleted. What we're eating is often not whole food. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not eating the peel of an orange. And that would be the whole food. Actually, the peel of an orange has 80% of its vitamin C, and that goes in the garbage. So we're missing out on a lot of the nutrition and the phytonutrients of the fruits and vegetables we're eating from the grocery store because they simply don't taste good. The seeds of a papaya are very peppery, so people don't eat those, but they are very nutritionally dense. And also, too, the last thing that makes Juice Plus so powerful is that it's got a rainbow variety. There are 30 different raw, whole fruits and vegetables that have been vine ripened that go into this product every day. And I always say you don't know which day that you need phytonutrient number 6,999 out of a beet. You might not have eaten a beet that day. You have to give your body all those building blocks. And when you're giving it 30 raw whole fruits and vegetables every single day, you really will be amazed by how well your body's designed to feel. I know I certainly was. When I started Juice Plus, I wasn't expecting any sort of change because I was healthy, and I only started it because I wanted to get Lincolns for free. And then I started noticing my skin, hair, and nails became insanely healthy. And as a science teacher, I knew that that was important because our skin is the last thing to get nutrition. If your body is nutritionally depleted, your skin will show it first because it takes it last. So if your skin looks great, that means you're healthy. Everything else inside of you looks the same way. So that was huge. My favorite thing that I've ever noticed with Juice Plus is how it's balanced out my mood. I'm definitely a lot more calm. I handle situations in a way more level-headed manner. And I'm not afraid to say I'm not a yeller anymore. I know that lots of people don't like to admit that. You know, the door closes and you turn into a different person than you are out at the grocery store. But that isn't the case for me anymore. I'm so much more balanced emotionally and mood-wise and hormonally. And it turns out that fruits and vegetables are closely intertwined into hormone secretion. So it's not surprising that that's happened for me. And the last thing that happened for me was a body transformation. I simply started to crave more raw fruits and vegetables once I started taking the Juice Plus. I was craving a lot less junk, and I was drinking a lot more water, and I had the energy to move around more. And as a result, I was able to change my body from a size 10 to a size 2. And the cool thing about it, that really truly, is that my body has stayed the same size for the last 3.5 years. So it never was a yo-yo for me. It really did reset my metabolism, but it was the lifestyle change that Juice Plus catalyzed that really did work for me. And Juice Plus just gave me that push into making better choices. So I'm a lifelong fan of this product no matter what. Honestly, if this product existed on Walmart shelves, I would drag all my friends and family in there and be like, you need to get this. It's incredible. Like, look what it's done for us. And in combination with the products, I like to follow the healthy living rules. This is a core 4 rules, and they're very, very simple. And as a team, we follow this as well. And rule 1 is eat real food. If it's been touched by man, don't eat it. Or at least eat a lot less of that processed food and a lot more real food from the earth. Rule number 2, drink plenty of water. You're supposed to drink enough water till your urine is clear. Rule number 3, move your body. That doesn't mean going to the gym and lifting heavy weights every single day. Go outside for a walk. Go play with your children. Take them to the park. Anything moving your body, if you can get that in most days, is going to be a huge change and a huge improvement for most people. And then the last one is sleep a minimum of 7 hours. And I know that's tricky for a lot of people, but it's very intimately connected to your mental well-being, to your body's ability to lose fat, and to your mood, obviously. So these 4 rules have been huge for my family and I, and have led us to a huge health change. So on that note, I'm going to stop my screen sharing for a moment and just ask a couple people to share with us anything that they've noticed since starting Juice Plus. And so the first one that's agreed to share with us tonight is Jessica Lewis. So Jessica, can you share with us your Juice Plus story, what you've noticed in starting the product?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Yes, December 2014, I started Juice Plus. I heard it from Janelle. She had really good results from her Graves' disease and her antidepressants. And I have suffered with depression for 11 years. So I was at my wit's end pretty much, and tired of the medical community just giving me prescriptions, and I knew there was a different answer. So I signed up for the business right away because I wanted the discount. And within 3 weeks, to my surprise, 14 years of cystic acne completely disappeared. And I'll show you a picture here. Get to work. Oh, there we go. Oh, one sec. There we go. So within 3 weeks, all of my acne completely disappeared. And this was so huge for me because for 14 years, I was on Accutane, I was on prescription medication, I was on blue light therapy, I tried microdermabrasion, I tried everything under the sun, and the doctors could not help me. And in 3 weeks of just taking 6 capsules a day, it was completely gone. I couldn't even believe it. My life has completely changed because of that, and because of the 3 weeks, it changed so much that I knew that I could go off my depression medication. So I went off my depression medication, and ever since then, it's been, I don't know where my video went. Ever since then, Juice Plus has completely changed my life. The discount that I originally signed up for became my complete life's passion because, well, if I improved so much, I would just wanted to help everybody else as much as possible. I did the Transform 30 program as well, and within 2 weeks I lost 10 pounds, and I never gained that 10 pounds back. So that's 2 shakes a day and the capsules. And really, when you cut out gluten and wheat and dairy, you don't crave all those high crap foods anymore. So it's really such an easy program to follow when you're filling your body with 30 fruits and vegetables every day. So I can't say enough about the program because it's completely changed my life. And at the time, I couldn't afford to sign up, but I did it anyway without telling my husband. So I signed up for the business, and I said I have to make this $300 bonus in 30 days because we cannot afford this product. But if I knew what it would give me now, there's no way I would not be able to afford it because I would make it work no matter what.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing, Jessica. I so appreciate it. And that's so incredible. And truly, like, the research backs what you've said. You know, the science is there to show that it's getting into the body, that's anti-inflammatory, that it's helping the immune system, which is obviously helping with all of those things you mentioned. So I really appreciate you sharing your story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and then our next story that our friend that has offered to share tonight is Kim Faber. So Kim, if you wouldn't mind sharing your story with us and how the product has helped you, that would be great.
Okay, hey everyone. I'll try to keep this brief because I think I could fill the entire call with how Juice Plus changed my life. I just gonna start with, if you would have seen my Facebook feed or my highlight reel before Juice Plus, it might look very similar to what it looks like almost after Juice Plus. I was a successful nurse and I was traveling the world, but if you would have seen what was happening behind the scenes, was that I was traveling to about 20 different countries before Juice Plus, but I was carrying around a huge bag of medication. Because while I was becoming a nurse, I was also becoming really sick. I was piling on chronic diseases that I couldn't even keep up with. By the age of 20, I had a cardiologist, and I was fainting almost every single day. I thought because I was in nursing school that I could figure this out, with the doctors because I felt like I had a medical community. But what happened was they put me in a study of an immunosuppressant drug to try and stop my fainting, but it didn't work. So then I had to go on another drug for 4 times a day for my heart, 4 times a day for my stomach, and then twice a day for another stomach pill because at one point I was throwing up blood. I also had to take inhalers if I wanted to exercise, but even when I tried to exercise with inhalers, I would have chest pain, like starting here, radiating down my arm and into my jaw, and then I would just end up either fainting or throwing up. So I remember showing people that I was going for runs while I was in Europe, but what they didn't see was that I was actually sitting in a park puking, trying like not to think that I needed to call an ambulance for how much pain I was in. So then I came back from Europe and I was the heaviest I'd ever been, and I decided to make some health changes. And that's when my friend Cindy saw that I was making these changes and she wanted to help me out. She very cleverly asked for my opinion as a nurse on the research articles. And the funny thing, thinking back to it now, is that I didn't even consider the ones for how it would impact my immune system, which was so terrible that I'd been on IV therapy for years for strep throat, or the cardiology studies, which obviously I had a heart problem, or any of the other ones. I looked at the one for teeth and just started Juice Plus thinking it wouldn't make a difference in my life. At the same time, I was working up in the north of the Yukon, so I wasn't seeing sunlight, and I got put on 60-hour work weeks. So I was working 5 to 7 12-hour shifts. Normally I could work about 5 of those, and then I would get bronchitis or sick and have to call in for another week. But this was the first time in my life where I worked overtime and I didn't get sick. And I carried on working overtime like that for 2 months. Not only did I not get sick, but I was full of energy, I was sleeping better, and I was able to hit the gym. I remember up north, a paramedic called me the little 5K girl, and that meant the world to me because she watched me run 5K on the treadmill like it was no big deal. But to me, it was a big deal because I remember a few years earlier, I was running on a treadmill for a cardiac stress test, and I woke up unconscious with a referral to 2 different specialists saying that I couldn't exercise. So to say that Juice Plus changed my life, it just started there in the Yukon, but then it carried out because after I left the Yukon, I started traveling the world and I noticed a huge difference. Traveling the world before Juice Plus, I was always sick, and traveling the world after Juice Plus, I finally had energy to explore. I wasn't wanting to sleep all day. It's amazing that I could travel to a country beforehand and thought that I was exploring, but all I'd want to do is sleep. Or like, I remember being in Paris and just having like Kleenex stuffed up my nose because I was so sick. And then just being able to look at my travel pictures after. I went to a yoga teacher training for a whole month in Nicaragua, and normally I would need those heart pills 4 times a day to be in the heat. But not only did I not need my heart pills, I also was going for hour-long runs without my inhalers and then going to a 3-hour yoga class and not fainting once. And I remember years ago, before my first time surfing, I stood up on my surfboard and I fainted right into the water. And now I can surf and not be scared that I'm going to wake up and hit my head on a rock and like not wake up. So there's so many reasons. Like, I would never make, I guess you can make the research claims of how Juice Plus improves your lives, but it really changed my life because it made it so that right now I'm entering a fitness competition, and I would have never dreamed of doing that before, because even when I'm doing my cardio on the Stairmaster, I always think like I could, like years ago, I could just drop and be unconscious here, but Juice Plus has made it so that I can take these challenges in life and say I can. So to me, Juice Plus means that I can, and so now I can say yes to more things in life.
Wow, Kim, that's amazing. And I just, every time I hear your story, I can't help but be so grateful that it came into your life. Like, what a change. And I think that leads us beautifully into talking about the business of sharing it with other people. And many of us on this call who have decided to share with others have done it accidentally, not really thinking that we wanted to be in business or be an entrepreneur, or not to be worried about being pushy to our friends, etc. But then we hear stories like yours and we're just like, oh my gosh, it's almost a responsibility, because this product has so much research. It's been around for 20 years, over 20 years now, and it is the most highly researched nutritional brand name product in the entire world. And so everything that has been said tonight is backed by science, and the science is ongoing. We've got 35 published clinical studies now, and there's 5 more in the works, so we're going to be at 40 right away. And so that's so beautiful to know that all of the things you've said are being proven through all this beautiful, really high quality thoroughly researched. So thank you so much for sharing your story, Kim. I totally appreciate it. And I can't say enough how grateful I am that it came into your life. So that leads me on to chatting a little bit about the business, about sharing and inspiring healthy living around the world. And that is our mission. And so I'm just going to try to, never mind. And so anyways, like I said, most people aren't really looking, but maybe on this call tonight there are, because I think that people want to spend more and more time with their family. They want to have more freedom. I saw a quote the other day on Facebook that said, time is luxury, not money, not things, not belongings, sleeping in and doing what you want with your children, etc. And so I think that's so true. And I think that this business is such a perfect fit for that. It can be done part-time anywhere. The reason this call is called Wi-Fi Freedom is simply because you can do this business from any device that has 3G or Wi-Fi anywhere around the world. You're not stuck at home. You're not stuck in an office. You can go wherever you want with this business. And on a business note, our business is extremely solid. The company itself has been around for over 40 years. That's huge. There are very few companies that are that old these days. And so it's very important to know the stability behind this product. The other thing that's really worthy of noting about the Juice Plus company is that they have over 10 billion in sales. That's not a company that's kind of doing okay. That's a company that's doing very, very well. It is in the wellness industry. And something I learned recently at conference is that in the direct sales industry, so selling, sharing a product to other people, as well as network marketing, which is having a team below you, we'll talk about that in a minute, that what they see is that companies will typically have growth when they open up a new market. So for example, if a company branches out into Australia, you'll see huge growth with that company because they've got a new market opening up. Or if a company branches out into Europe, they'll see another huge pop of growth as that country in Europe opens up. And so we are actually the only company, the Juice Plus company, in the direct selling industry right now that is growing without opening new markets. To me, that's absolutely incredible, and it speaks to the quality of this product. This is not something that people try and then go off of very often. If the customer care is done right, people can take capsules every single day. It's very simple to put into your routine, and as a result, the income can be very, very stable. So I just wanted to take a minute to share a little bit about my story. When I first heard about this product, as I said, I was skeptical. So when I heard about the business, I was like, you know that emoticon? No, thank you. I'm not interested. It's not for me. I could never be in sales. I am a teacher. Like, no thanks. I'll bring everybody who wants to order this wonderful, amazing product to you. It was my friend Sandy, but no thanks. And she was very clear with me, and I'm so grateful she was. She said, Michelle, it costs $50 to buy yourself this business. It's online, it's part-time, and there are no monthly requirements. You can do as little or as much as you want, and it's totally up to you. Wouldn't you rather take the discount that you're going to get for the customers that you keep bringing to me, or would you rather me continue to take the discount? And I was just like, whoa, that's so true. And so she showed me very simply what needed to be done to get to the first level, even though I told her, no, I'm not going to do the first level. I'm just happy with these couple customers. No, leave me alone. Thank you very much. She still showed me, and I think that was really valuable. So I'm going to share my screen again with you guys. Uh-oh. And so this is what Sandy showed me in terms of all I would need to do. So she said, Michelle, this is how simple it is, and I'm only telling you because there's other people on my team that do this. And so because I'm a competitor, I was like, oh, other people are doing this? Okay, well, what is it? And so, of course, naturally, as soon as she left, even though I didn't tell her I decided I wanted to try this level. So up here was me. I joined the business. I needed 2 customers, but my own order counted as a customer. I ordered the trio capsules and the shakes, and I found 1 more customer to do the same. And then you go out and find 3 friends that want to join your team. So here's your 3 friends, and they each get 2 customers. And remember, their order counts as one of those customers. And those customers order trio and shakes. And just by doing this top layer here, so you with your 3 friends and their customers, you get to a level that earns 14% commission, and you get a $300 bonus. People do this in as long as 30 days, and sometimes people do this in as short as a week. And so this is what I did, and quickly had recouped almost the entire cost of ordering my product. So it was really an exciting option for me. And I saw the vision of network marketing. I understood that it could be career income, that if you do it properly and you teach your team properly and you teach to teach, that your team is going to be going out working on their own goals, and they're going to be getting their own payoffs, and that then benefits you. What I love about this business, though, is that you don't just naturally earn income off everybody if you're not working. So you need to continue to work, and therefore you don't just push one person to the top. It is not a pyramid. I always love when people say, oh, this is a pyramid thing, right? And I say, what is a pyramid? And they say, well, when, one person gets pushed all the way to the top. And really, truly, I kind of chuckle. And without being rude, I really want them to realize that that's Walmart, or, Superstore, or the government, or, that was what I was working in as a teacher. There was one person at the top and we all worked below. That actually is very opposite of what we do. Everybody can get to the top level of our company. Now, if you want to take this one step further and you want to help these guys do what you just did and earn their $300 bonus, so they're going to go out and find their 3 friends to do the business with. They have their 2 customers. Each of their 3 friends has 2 customers. So you help the 3 people you originally brought in to do that. You actually get this side bonus. You get $2,150 extra bonus money, and then you are earning top commission of our company, which is 22%. So very simple. And again, sometimes people do this in as long as 4 months, and sometimes people do it in 30 days. So it's totally up to you, and it can be done in as short or as little time as possible. So before I share the end of my business story, a couple people have offered to share their stories. And I'm going to start with my handsome fella here, Kelly, and I'm going to let him share kind of what he saw and why he wanted to get into the business, because I certainly did not require that of him at all, and he requested to join the team. So do you want to just share kind of what attracted you to?
Yeah, sure. I was lucky enough to go to Phoenix to catch more of the vision, but originally it was just through meeting Michelle's group. Just hearing the stories, like the 2 we heard tonight, like unbeatable. Like, what does that? There's nothing out there. Like, you don't hear these stories about regular products. It's a feel good story all around. You help people, everybody wins. It's a huge positive community. I met people from top down, and everybody has the same attitude. I was talking to people that are obviously high up in the company and stuff in Phoenix, and I was asking them rookie questions in the pool over beers, and they were more than happy to talk to me like we were, just buddies. And it was fantastic. It was a fantastic experience. I can't say enough about how positive everybody was. I've never seen anything bad here. Like, it's a no-brainer to me completely.
And do you want to just speak to comparatively to what you do in your industry?
Okay, so I work away from home. I work 7 days on, out, and 7 days home, or come back for 7 and 7. Sorry, and so I obviously miss a lot of things. I miss birthdays and holidays and first days of school, and that's pretty tough, right? My kids are small, so that's definitely a huge thing for a huge one of my whys, I guess is what you guys would call them. And I just see the vision. I see the regular people getting motivated and building businesses where they can quit day jobs. Like, what beats that? It's amazing. What an opportunity for anyone who has a little bit of motivation and drive.
Cool. Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah.
And so also tonight, Corrine offered to share her business story and why she was drawn to this business and what it's done for her and her family.
Hey, everybody. So, like everybody else already talked about tonight, I, to be honest, was skeptical about the product. It didn't take me a year, like Michelle, but it was a good month where I thought, okay, yes, we need fruits and vegetables, but I had never heard about Juice Plus before, so it didn't make sense to me. But having tried juicing, I realized quite quickly that this was definitely the easy button. So for myself, I definitely got started in the business for the discount on the product, because once I realized that I was going to be taking the products for a while, I was on maternity leave at the time, and $50, right, it did make sense, but I did tell the same friend that introduced Michelle to it, Sandy, that same thing. Nope, I'm never, ever, ever going to do anything with this business. Don't talk to me about it. But again, she's genius. And so what she did was she would just show up. And she, like Kelly said, was just the most positive person. You know, everybody in this community is so positive. And so what got me going in the business was meeting people like Michelle, who were just so positive and just, you know, wanted everybody around them to be happy and healthy like they were. And as a lonely stay-at-home mom after being an elementary school teacher for 10 years, I really needed that in my life. And the personal development from going to different trainings and such, even though I didn't want anything to do with the business, I knew that if all I did was, you know, show up and work on myself, then I was going to be a part of this company, because it was, people say it's like a personal development course disguised as a franchise. And so what I found over time was that when I got brave enough to share with people, I had really close people in my life, like my dad, say to me, they were insulted that I hadn't shared with them. It made sense to them right away, even though it didn't to me. And what I realized was that even though I was grateful to be a stay-at-home mom, that was a choice that I made years ago. I knew that teaching, I loved it, but I knew I didn't want to do those long hours for the rest of my life. Even 10 years into that career, at 30 years old, I knew that that wasn't something that I wanted for myself or my family. However, I quickly realized that those sacrifices, you know, those things that you are willing to give up, you don't have to. I think that was the best part. I didn't think I could do both. I didn't think I could be a good mom and a good teacher or do something else. And what I love about this business, and the only reason I've ever pursued it, is that I get to do it with my son. I have a 3-year-old son, and I've gotten to be a stay-at-home mom for the last 3 years, and you don't get that time back. And I wasn't willing to give that up. But I also get to do something that I'm very passionate about. I get to help people. I get to help other moms who want to be stay-at-home moms. I get to help them to do so. And I didn't realize how many people really just feel like they don't have choices, and that this opportunity is for everybody. My mom is a part of this amazing company as well, and she gets to be a stay-at-home grandma. She calls it, you know, Freedom 55. And the opportunities we've had with this business, number one, it's the people. The people I have met have changed my life. It's like this happy Juice Plus bubble where they just get you and they just want what's best for you. I heard an amazing quote last night from another woman in the business who just said, I will, you know, we work with you, but not for you. You're not working for anybody. You don't need to do anything with this business. However, if you want to, everybody's here to support you, to lift you up, and to help you succeed. And so, you know, for somebody who really wanted nothing to do with this company, in less than 2 years, I reached the top of the company, which wasn't about the recognition or anything, but being a stay-at-home mom, I've now, you know, had an opportunity to travel again, to have full medical benefits for my family, which is really huge. And just be able to, I guess, say yes to things again, because I really felt like having an allowance for my husband, even though it was great, was definitely something that I wanted, that financial independence again. And I wanted something that I could be proud of. And so, like Kim said, I could talk about this for hours and hours, but I am so grateful that my friend introduced it to me, was persistently sharing with me, and just kept loving on me even when I didn't want to do this business, because it was the best decision I ever made in my life. And I cannot wait to help other people to have those opportunities and to just feel healthier and happier.
Thank you so much, Corinne. Your story is amazing, and I think that so many moms can relate to wanting to stay at home, but then also feeling like, oh no, who am I? Like, what is my identity? And having that purpose and passion other than wiping bums and noses. And so I just love that this fits exactly side by side with that. You know, if your full-time job is being a mom, or if your full-time job is being out in the corporate world, or if your full-time job is, you know, being in a classroom, this can fit in along on the side and grow into something big. So that's so cool. Thank you for sharing. So just to close it all up, I'm going to share my story. And like Corrine, I didn't want anything to do with this. And I really kind of saw the vision after I did that level that I showed you guys on the drawing. I got to this level where I was earning $500 a month, and I got scooped off to an event. And events are so powerful. You hear from other people. You see people that you think, oh, they did it? Like, they're doing this business? And I heard from a couple at that event that was earning like a really, really large paycheck every month. And they never said that. They just alluded to it and shared their lifestyle. And I was reading between the lines. And I thought, oh my gosh, if they're earning that kind of money, what if I worked really hard at this? They're no different than me. Maybe I could earn a couple $1,000s a month and replace my maternity leave and stay home with my kids. Because when my babies were put into my arms, I remember looking at them and knowing that I was going to raise them. It was just a knowing. And so that's what I decided to start doing. Very shortly after, I ended up going through a very sudden divorce and was left a single mom. And I had to decide, am I going back to teaching or am I going to do this? And this was where my passion was. And ultimately what made me choose this was the fact that in this scenario, I could stay with my kids. I could be a kitten or a kitty with my daughter. I could play hockey with my son. I could go to field trips. I could be there to wipe their tears when somebody was mean to them at school. I could help them through the divorce. I could be the one that walked them through life like I promised them. And with teaching, that wasn't possible. And so I decided to kind of take a leap and build my wings on the way down. And because of the supportive and uplifting community, my wings were built beautifully and I was able to fly. And like Corrine, I got to the top level of the company in about a year after going through divorce, which meant medical benefits for my family, tuition reimbursement package for my children when they go to school, a business expense account that I can use to build my business with, take people out for lunch, buy them drinks, buy them a coffee, and share with them what I've been up to. And at that level, when I hit that top level, I was replacing my teaching income. So it meant stability for my family and I really could breathe again. Since then, it's been about 2.5 years. And I have to say, like, it's just been absolutely nothing but thriving. This company is second to none. The culture is second to none. The personal development that I've gone through as a woman is second to none. I have increased my teaching income by 5 times. And I never thought as a woman that I would ever be capable of earning that kind of money. And for me, the money is not about, I'm going to go buy a Maserati or anything like that. For me, the money is experiences with my family. Everything I want to do with it, the income that comes in, is all about more time with them. Right now I've got my eyes on a lakefront property and I just keep imagining them running off that dock and jumping in, running off that dock and jumping in all day until they're exhausted and they fall into bed. And when they are teenagers and they don't want to hang out with me anymore, they're going to have to, because I'll be at the lake house and they'll want to bring their friends out there. And so just that vision of all those moments with my family and a place for them to gather and Christmas dinners, and that's what it is for me. Traveling is huge. We love traveling. We go down to Phoenix once a year. I love that we can bring all the kids and do it together. Kelly and I can go down south for a week and unplug from life and recharge as parents. And, just like Corrine said, we can say yes to everything. And that income has allowed us to really, truly be a bigger, more vibrant version of ourselves. And I'm a better mom, a better sister, a better spouse, a better everything because of this business and the community that continues to teach me that I can be better, that continues to lift me up, to help me up out of the mud when I want to roll in it. And I can't say enough about that. And I would never, even if I was only earning $1, ever leave this community, culture, and opportunity, because it's been incredible. But it really, truly is whatever you want to make of it. If you want to earn $100 to cover the cost of your product, if you want to earn $500 so that you can take your family on a beautiful vacation every year per month, $500 per month, or you want to earn a couple thousand to cover your mortgage and bills, or you want to do what I've done and make it a big empire. It's completely up to you, and everybody is good at this business. There's no one person. Introverts are good, extroverts are good. It doesn't matter what your personality or skill set is. You can find a way to make that work in this business, and that is the most beautiful thing about our business. So if you've heard something tonight that's resonated with you and you think that our vehicle can also be your vehicle into entrepreneurship, into that Wi-Fi freedom, into more time with your family, then please talk to the person who shared this with you or who got you on the call tonight, because we truly do just share and inspire from the heart, and there's room for everybody, and everybody can get to the top level of the company. There's endless support. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed our time together tonight.